So it is October 17th, Thursday night. It is 8:47 p.m. and this is the start of a new reading vlog. This one is going to be my reread for Looking for Alaska and my reaction to watching the show, which comes out tomorrow. My original plan with this book was to reread it while I was visiting my best friend last week in Texas. I didn't do that. We failed at a lot of our reading goals at the beginning of this month, honestly, but we're trying not to dwell. We're trying to move forward, get the things done. So I started it today. I made it to approximately page 6. I want to annotate, but I don't want to do like a full super in-depth annotating. So I've been trying to decide what all to do. I want to do my feelings, and I want to do the writing for sure. And I think I'm going to mark all the last lines because I really, as a teen, enjoyed the quirkiness of John Green's books, and I think I want to do something with characters, but I haven't figured out exactly. I guess I'll update when that happens. I don't know if I'm going to get a lot of reading done tonight. My original plan had been to just come home from work and just read. But I don't think I'm going to be able to watch the show until Sunday or Monday anyway, because I want to be able to like binge it, and I'm not really going to have time until then because of work. So I have a few nights to read this. I might try to get at least to page 30 or something. I'll keep you updated. But I did just want to make a little intro and say that I started it. It's now 6:30. Made it home from work, ate my dinner, and now I'm cozied up in my bed. And I'm on page, well, let's see. After last night and after reading at work, as you saw, I'm on page 56. So we've made some progress. This book is like 200, 250 pages, somewhere in that realm. And it reads pretty easy. So we'll see how far I get tonight. I'm going to read for a bit, although I may need to pause and read my manga because I didn't read one yesterday, and we gotta keep up with that. I still haven't nailed down my color tabs. I haven't really been underlining, haven't really felt like it, but I did want to tab. And so far, I've got a couple of pink ones for the positive emotions because I did want to track emotions for this. And I don't have any blue ones yet, but we're not to the sad part yet, if you know about this book. And I've been marking the last lines with the green, so that's going good. Been marking, you know, little bits of writing I like with the purple. Doing okay on that. Been marking character interactions that I like and stuff with orange, although I did briefly consider doing Alaska as yellow by herself, but I don't know. I'm also considering using yellow for pranks, although I haven't even gotten to the first prank yet, and I don't really remember a ton of what happens in this book. Like, obviously, I know what the big before-after thing is, and like, I remembered that he goes to boarding school or something with a group of friends, and he meets Alaska and everything. And I'm remembering more as I read, but I don't really remember what they do for pranks, or if there's just one or two or what in the book, but I kind of wanted to do that, but I'm waiting until I get to one, I guess, to decide on that color. So that's where we're at. I'm gonna read. So it is now 8:24 p.m. I just got to page 100, and I'm at 3 days before, so I'm starting to get like anxious and you know. So I thought I'd give an update, talk about how I'm feeling, and then take a break before I get there and destroy myself. We're being a little over dramatic, but it's okay. I remembered that I wanted to talk about some thoughts I had in my last update, and I forgot because your girl hasn't vlogged in like a month, and so she feels awkward as hell. I don't know if I'm enjoying this as much as I did when I was a teen. Although Looking for Alaska was never my favorite, An Abundance of Catherines is my favorite. And I think because in An Abundance of Catherines, he's running away from a girl and not just like mooning after a girl like the main character in Looking for Alaska and Paper Towns is. So it's like different. But I still really like John Green's style. I still find myself smiling and kind of chuckling a lot, even though I haven't really been marking it as much as I should. I also want to go through my tabs before I keep going, because I think I have decided that pink is going to stay positive feels. Orange is going to be characters, all characters, including Alaska. And in this book, I'm just focusing on the main characters and not really focusing on the side characters. So I basically have like Alaska, the Colonel, and Takumi marked, and like their good moments and important moments, and like that's it. So I can use the orange tabs for like moments and not just introductions of characters like I've been doing. And then the greens are still the last line. And the blue is negative feeling still, and the purple is writing, which I'm trying to make sure I mark, because I feel like John Green gets quoted a lot, and I've always been bad about marking quotes and remembering quotes that I like, although I don't think the quotes I have marked are a lot of the, like, famous ones. But you know, it's okay. I think it's partially because also the famous ones you hear so many times, like, I was drizzle and she was a hurricane. Like, everybody knows that one who's, like, into Looking for Alaska. And I think those are just going to be the 5 colors that I use for this book. So I'm going to mark it down. I feel like I had another thought, and it's, like, gone from my head. But, yes. Enjoying the writing. I like the quirkiness of it. And I know some people think it's, like, campy or, like, overdone or whatever. But I like it, so... Also, I feel like I should call Lizzie and like talk to her about it, but maybe I will do it tomorrow because it's kind of late now and I want to take a break and then keep reading. And I definitely want to finish this tomorrow so that I can watch the show Sunday and Monday and have that in here. So it's 11 now. I just got to the after divider, so I'm gonna stop for the night. What I thought happened is kind of what happened, but not exactly. I'm just gonna say that without, you know, like spoiling it in case you haven't read it. You can sometimes definitely tell that this book was written in 2005 just from little things. Like, they don't have cell phones at school. Like, they're not allowed to carry on their cell phones, and they use payphones. Also, there's a point where someone says that and they use the R word and they say it and like no one addresses it's like bad that they said it, and so I feel like that's very 2005. Also, you know how I said that I was supposed to have read this already, and then I didn't. I was texting my best friend, and she started saying that she hadn't started the show yet, and I was like, yeah, me neither. And she said she probably isn't going to start till I started either. And then I was like, yeah, also I have to confess to you that I'm still reading the book. And she was like, same. So I guess I don't have to feel bad about not finishing it. I had that feeling because neither one of us mentioned it while I was visiting her, and I was like, I'm not going to mention it because I didn't even start it yet. I feel like she's not mentioning it because she ain't finished it either, so. And I was right. My intuition was right. Love you, Liz. But I'm like halfway through. She's at page 50. So hopefully, you know, she gets her shit together. It's Saturday, October 19th? 19th. It's 8:52 p.m. I'm here with a little update. I have been reading for a minute since I got home from work and ate dinner and all that jazz. And I'm on page 157. I think I have about 50 or 60 pages left, which I don't think I'm going to finish tonight because I'm getting kind of full. I don't want to describe this feeling, but you ever know when you're reading for a long time and your head just feels full and you don't want to read anymore because it's like too much to put into your head? I don't know if I'm describing that well, but that's how I feel. So I'm going to stop reading tonight, and I'll probably finish this tomorrow, and then maybe start the show, or maybe wait until Monday so that I can work on videos tomorrow. But I think I might read one of my graphic novels. You'll find out in another video if you watch that one. And then watch booktube videos and go to bed. It is 6:51 on Monday, October 21st. And I just finished my reread of Looking for Alaska. Honestly, Looking for Alaska was never my favorite John Green. We've discussed this. But rereading this, I remembered how much I love John Green and his writing and just the quirky tidbits he puts in there. But I'm really excited to watch the show. I don't know when I'm going to start it because I kind of just want to binge it on one go. And I know it's 8 episodes, but I don't know if it's 8 one-hour-long episodes or 8 half-hour episodes. I don't really have time to watch 8 straight hours of something until, like, Saturday. But I don't know if I want to wait that long. It's Tuesday, November 5th, so it's been a hot minute since I finished my reread of Looking for Alaska, but I haven't really had time to start watching the show until today. I only had to work in the morning and not the afternoon, so I had some time alone to start it. Watch the first 2 episodes. Wanted to share my thoughts. So it's staying pretty accurate to story. They've added some stuff, which I felt like they were going to have to, because I had no idea how they were going to turn that 200-page book into 8 hours. I was like, this might be boring as hell. But it's really not. They did some good, like, manipulating to take some stuff that happens before the story in the book Looking for Alaska to make it, like, happen during the show, which is cool. I think the show is also definitely giving away some things a lot earlier than the book does, or maybe that's just because I know what those things are since the book is so fresh in my mind now, and so I'm catching the hints of them. But I feel like they're definitely giving it stuff away earlier. Maybe that's just because of all that they've added. I like that they've added a lot more pranks, which is cool because pranks are a really big thing, like friendship bonder and like action in this story, because there's, you know, they're just a boarding school and there's not like magic or anything, so there's not a lot of action. So the pranks are kind of the action, and they've added a lot more of that, which I think helps with the pacing. I feel like they've buffed up to Kimi's character a little bit, which I'm happy about, because I feel like in the movie he's kind of like the least important main character, because like the Colonel is Miles's roommate and like his best friend, and Alaska's like the person he's infatuated with, who the plot revolves around in a way, and he's kind of like second to all of that, which he still kind of is in the story. That's just like his basic role. But I feel like there's definitely more conversation with him, and you see a lot more of his personality and that thing where he likes to find out things and know things and all that. So I really like that too. I also think, I mentioned this when I read the book, that when I was noticing things that points out that it's like very 2005, like the lack of cell phones and like the lack of internet, or not the lack of internet, but the lack of internet being like so entirely present as it is now. And I feel like they do a really good job in the show. Like there's a part at the beginning where he prints off some MapQuest directions, and I was like, very 2005. So I feel like they do a good job with that too, like keeping it within the era that Looking for Alaska was made. I think they have to because the smoking is like such a big deal and like it's just not as big a thing anymore. So that's my opinions right now. I think that was all my opinions. I'm probably not gonna watch anymore today. It's like 4 o'clock. My grandparents get home at 5 and I'm kind of just wanting to take a break. I don't know when I'll get to watch it again because my next afternoon off is on Friday, but I'm driving to my parents' house for the weekend. When I watch it again, I'll update you. I don't know how long this vlog is gonna span. It'll be like a month next week or something, but it's okay. So it's Sunday, November 24th. It's 2:36 p.m. I just got out of the shower, so we're clean. I did watch episodes 3 and 4 like a week or so ago. I didn't film anything about that because I didn't really feel like it. Also, I didn't have a ton of super new thoughts. There's just like one thread that in the book came later that they bumped up, and it's kind of changing some things that are going along, although the main plot is still true, and I'm a little anxious to see how all that ends up working out. But I'm about to try to finish the last 4 episodes today since I don't have work since it's Sunday. Probably gonna cry a lot, but for now, I'm gonna dive into episode 5.
Pudge. Certified smoker now, huh? That's what Alaska would have been doing. She also would have hated this funeral. That we can all agree on. Hey, fellas.
Hey, y'all. So, I ate dinner and watched the last episode and calm the heck down. I'm still too far in. And it is now 8:10 p.m. and I have finished watching Looking for Alaska. I'm gonna silence my phone. And it was good. It was pretty good for the most part. And it was pretty accurate. And they changed a few things, as I've said. And most of it I didn't mind, or I knew why they did it to strengthen the story. There were a couple things where I was kind of like, like there's one plot thread with the colonel, like right before, like in the day 1 before stuff that happens, that really ended up having no no real purpose. So I was like, why is that there? But I think that was the only thing. And I did like how they did one relationship towards the end. If you've watched it, you probably know what I'm talking about. It's like a really subtle thing. And if you haven't watched it, I don't want to spoil anything. It did not feel dragged out like I feared it might, since it was like a 200-page book that was turned into 8 hours. And it felt pretty good most of the time. I didn't feel like it was very long. I think they did a good job. And yeah, I cried a lot today. In my month-long journey, basically, maybe 2 months, honestly, of rereading and watching the new Looking for Alaska adaptation is done. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I'm sorry if I look ugly when I cry. And thanks for watching. I love you. Bye.